To everyone that left comments about like they like the music that I write, dude, there's no money in extreme heavy music. Compliments are the best payday for it. Thank you so much. It means the world. I've written music for a long time, usually just for me. It's excellent that other people are listening to it and liking it. It means so much. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. What's up, boys? We're gonna go over a Pop Goes Punk cover that I wrote, and it's The Beach by The Neighborhood is the original track, and this came out actually pretty sick. Here is a couple snippets from it. All right, so a lot of this song is like atmosphere, which if you're into like metal, gent, this goes a long way, dude, to like making your sound sound super full. What is it, like Phil Spector came up with like the wall of sound idea when mixing and mastering. So I try and keep that in mind. I definitely overthink it sometimes, and I end up just fucking myself and being stuck on one section trying to figure out how to make it sound more full rather than just rewriting a section that lacks depth. But anyway, neither here nor there. This is the intro section. Fuck. Tons of atmosphere in it. Kind of has that like initial buildup of tension like the intro of the song does. All right, here's the intro. It is 3 guitar tracks right here, 1 synth track, and then 1 bullshit like birds chirping type nonsense. The guitar tracks are all generally the same 3 things. I'll show you right now. So the song goes off of these chords. I think I have distortion on, so I'm going to keep the volume down on it. But yeah, so just like that. So these are like 2 of them are literally me just doing those chords, and then one of them is like a like finger picking, right? So I'll play them I'll play it all together right now, and then if you notice, they all have this like modulation on them, and that's just a like a low to high pass. So it starts off with only the low end, and then it increases to build the tension, right? So this is the thing. Notice the bullshit like birds chirping, waterfall, beachy forest sound. Just gives it more atmosphere. Yeah, the chime was sick. I like that. And there's another weird like fucking Friday the 13th horror movie sound. But the guitar tracks. So the guitar track is just this right here. Sounds pretty. Now check it out if I take out the fucking effects off. Nothing to write home about, just those chords. So I mean, I got the Abasi Neural DSP thing, and it's Moonswell. I edited a couple things on here just to dial the sound in on the amps, I think, and I moved the mic placement a little bit, maybe, I can't remember. But yeah, that's how that sound is dialed in, and then these ones are almost identical. So it's a little more pronounced and less like atmospheric, just so you get like a definite instrument coming through. And then this last one, oh fuck, that's the finger picking, right? And then the synth buildup. So, and then listen, like, see, there's like I can't figure out how to de-click the beginning of the synth. So right here, that click, that's another reason I put the chimes in and these like effects, because it kind of masks that click, which makes it sound amateur to me, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's the intro. And then all of that sort of like builds the tension to this moment right here, which is just a snare. The volume's ramping up, and then there's a nice little like reverse. These things. I used to use these way too much in all my music, but yeah, and it goes into the shit. Now this next part, I used this audio, the same audio track, but I just saved it as a new sample and rerouted it to channel 54 right here. So this has a little less, it has delay, EQ, reverb, and then I used Destructor at the beginning of it. It just kind of adds like some chorus and kind of mixes it into the background, right? And then this part, if you listen to the song, the original song, you probably know it. If you don't, just go look it up. There's like piano in the background, but I didn't want it to be like super pronounced. And also like I don't have a piano, so like synth pianos without downloading like an external VST or something aren't great on FL Studio to make it sound realistic. So for this one, I kind of staggered the notes like that. So it's more of a ding instead of like a, you know, like just hitting all the fucking notes. Taking that out of context sounds fucking insane. But all right, so. Nice. Very pretty. And then same thing with this one, the finger picked one. I just carried that over. And then this is like a snare accent to go with the drums. Now the drums, this right here is just the piano again, and then like our bass lines. So this is the like fake bass I use for like writing like heavy music, and then this is just a synth pitched all the way down. So it's just pure bass. But the drums. So to make it have like this like realistic feel, a lot of this, the velocities are adjusted to how someone would really play it. And a lot of the tom hits, all of the tom hits actually, are off center because you wouldn't hit two toms at the exact same time. So stagger it, you know, that's about it, man. And you know, some stylistic choices right here where only the single just gives it more variability, so it's not just the double hit every time. Little fucking bell right here, just like, you know, makes it interesting. And that kind of like ramps up into the next thing. So all that tied together ends up sounding good. Oh, last thing, that's 16 bars at 145. So if you were to just repeat the same like 4 bars, it would get boring as hell. So the drums kind of repeat, but there's like little changes in there. And then it also, in the last 8 bars, these ramp up. So these are just like, you see I have the volume ramp up because I thought it sounded weird when it just started out of nowhere. But it's like a little shaker. If you listen to the original song, there's kind of like a tambourine, something like that he's shaking like an egg. So I put that in, and then there's also this weird like wood clanky sound in the background, and that's what this is. Again, on its own, you would never hear this and be like, oh, that's the Beach by the Neighborhood. But collectively, nice. Very good. So then we go into what would be the first chorus. So when he's like, I'm sick and I'm dying too, I would sing, but I can't. It fucking sucks, dude. I wish I could. I'm going to release this as soon as I can find a singer that's down to record for this. But I went into a more electric guitar right here. And if you listen to the first chorus, there's like no drums. It's just synth and guitar in the original one. But it's like acoustic-y guitar. So I went a little more like Pop Goes Punk right here. And that... That's why like I love the 8-string so much, is because it just gives it so much like warmth in that fucking top 2 strings, but it's these chords right here. So with all the strings. Like that. But just I removed like the bottom end of the frequencies and shit like that, so it would sound like it had more room for vocals, because the original song is like super vocal heavy. And this little like that's just a pattern I used with the synth right there, and that entire pattern is based off of those like those chords that I used in the beginning, just transcribed into a synth. Man, I fucking feel like this video is boring. Hopefully someone can gain something from this and you can go write your own music on how to like build atmosphere. And it's a lot of little things. Atmosphere is like all these tiny things coming together to giving you like a full sound. And sometimes you need to listen to it because you're like, oh, I'm just going to add more. But you're adding more like shit that's in the mid-range. Like you're adding chorus. Not chorus the effect, but you're adding like a chorus, like singers, like vocal tracks. And then you're adding more like violin tracks, everything that's going in the mid-range of frequencies. And then you're completely neglecting the high end, which like for this, those little, that's taking care, the guitar's kind of the mid-range. There's extra high end in these little pings. Extra high end right here in that weird screechy high pitch thing. And then this is kind of taking care of the low end here. But we're not going too low because we want the fucking verse to have some body in it when we hit back to the bass, you know? And also there's these little synths, which is just the tail end of this, diving you into the next one. Yeah, dude. Right back into it. Audio's gonna shit out. I'm gonna fucking spaz. But yeah, and then it goes into the next verse, which is the same exact thing, except for it just builds. So like this is the drum track, and it stays pretty consistent. It's just a little bit louder, and it builds to this. Like a nice 4 on the floor type shit, and then that builds, and it has like more of these audio tracks in the bottom. That thing's real nice right there. That was that little guitar bend. Morgan, like. So literally, like once you lay that audio for the atmosphere, it just builds real nice, and then that goes in to the big fucking big chorus, big explosion of a chorus. Which, if I had a vocalist, it would sound so good. But here we go. Again, that's just there's like eighth note triplets at the end, pointing at the screen, like you can see right here, where it's just like. And that's just me, if you can see, hitting my top string with the pick. And then it continues more of the same thing. And I mean, that's generally like the whole song. Again, at the end, if you've watched my other videos about like writing music, I always put this in because I love it literally so much, dude. This sound. Which is just the whole neck. Just sliding from about the 12th to the 24th fret on like 3 or 4 strings, usually like the 4th and 5th string, strumming that pattern. But it layers so nice over everything. Like, check it out. Just gives it like a nice vibe. This is kind of a short one. Hopefully someone got something from this. I'm going to record another video right now about writing in using metric modulation while you're writing, and also odd time signatures like 11/8 and like 13/16, and writing in those specifically for heavy music. But yeah, I hope you guys got something from this. To everyone that left comments about like they liked the music that I write, dude, there's no money in extreme heavy music. Compliments are the best payday for it. Thank you so much. It means the world. I've written music for a long time, usually just for me. It's excellent that other people are listening to it and liking it. It means so much. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. Like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. No pressure, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.